Hello everyone and welcome, this is Heraset here, and today I am going to be having a look at the Mass Effect 3 demo, which was released last week. I think it was around February 14th, but anyway, jumping into it there, this is shaping up to be another amazing game. The demo is actually quite strong and it contains just under an hour of single player content, and it also has a multiplayer function as well, but I'm not diving into that. But what I will do is I'll go over the actual game mechanics as well as some of the things that they might have changed. Now, the demo itself shows some of the combat system and some of the key features that you can expect in the full release. Graphically, the game is very impressive. You literally just have to look around in the start of the demo and you are completely awestruck by the amount of detail that has gone into the scenes that are in the background. I mean, just if you're looking here, the Reapers, they really look truly impressive and fearful. Now, the game differences from this Mass Effect 2 are not really shown off the bat. However, you can clearly see when playing some of the character class types that a lot of emphasis has been put in to allow the melee combat to be more efficient. It actually makes you want to use it a bit more, as well as some of the actual special abilities. They're quite fun to use, you know, the biotech abilities, and when you're selecting your character, you'll probably find that you'll want to try out all of the different ones, probably more so than in the last two, because of the extra work that's gone into them. The shooting mechanics appear to be the same. It's a very simple, straightforward duck and cover play, very familiar to the rest of the series. They have beefed up the sound effects of shooting, which gives a nice feel, and when you're changing and shooting weapons, you'll notice that when they all sound differently, it's quite cool. They've also changed the reload timers. They've been greatly reduced, and it generally just allows a bit more fast combat play. The one thing you'll notice in the demo is that the action scenes in the game seem to fit seamlessly into the play. So while you're going through the game, you'll find yourself maybe running up to melee range, attack some NPC, and then the Reaper in the background, for example, will shoot you or shoot in your direction, and it jumps immediately into the action scene from where you left off and looks really impressive. You'll also see it happen here when you reach or stand over a certain point in the terrain, and in the background, you know, a big ship explodes and then it affects your path and you're moving on. There are, however, a few noticeable problems with the demo and some overall changes with the game that I'm not sure I completely agree with. There are a couple of issues you'll see in the demo itself if you're playing it with the character facial animations. Now, in some cases, one of the NPC is talking, yet it's like their mouth is not moving correctly, or that they're not really showing any emotion, and it's something I'm hoping is limited to the demo itself, as demos generally are usually outdated and it may be patched or fixed in the actual full game. The next area I want to shoot off on is the controls. Now, I would initially assume this is something or some kind of an attempt to make it more controller friendly. However, it's had some very, very nasty side effects. Now, I'm playing this on the PC, so in the PC version of the game, pretty much the spacebar does everything for you. I mean everything. You can sprint, jump, dive, take cover, activate and interact, all with this little super button. Now, the biggest problem, however, is that I found myself on a couple of occasions in the demo trying to activate something while I'm walking up to it, and I just end up doing a quick barrel roll in front of a wall, and then to top it off, when I tried to actually change it in the options, it doesn't allow you to assign separate keys. This is definitely something I have a big problem with. I don't know, hopefully they will change this as well before launch, but I wouldn't say, I'd say this is actually a design decision which is just generally bad, especially for the PC. The last point I did notice was bypassing doors. Now, this comes up when you're in the later stages of the demo, and what actually happens normally in Mass Effect 1 and 2, there's usually a mini game to cover this. Now, whether the mini game is in the full version or not, I don't know, but there's a very good chance they removed it due to complaints. Now, I remember the mini games generally are fine at the start, but then they get very repetitive after about 500 uses. I kind of hope they just limit that, but in the demo you seem to be able to just put your hand up against the door and it bypasses it for you. And you're kind of wondering what's the point of this? Why do I have to wait for them just to hold their hand over the door to bypass this? Why not just let me open the door? It's a very strange and unnecessary wait time for me. Now, as I said, the demo also includes a multiplayer component, which is something that I've not had time to check out or cover, but I've heard a few good things about it. Overall, story-wise, it's very captivating. It brings you into the game as usual. It's very traditional to Mass Effect BioWare style. You'll probably look forward to it. In general, it is a really, really strong demo. I recommend trying it out. Thank you for watching, guys, and of course, I will see you next time.